I'm gonna be making an Ivy combo video, just her mid-screen combos for now, so no wall combos, but let's get started. Alright, so I'll be going in order of her move list, starting from horizontals and saving the lethal hits, reversal edge, and soul charge combos for last. Some of the combos might be character specific. I'm pretty sure they are, so modify them as you need against other characters. I'll be doing this in one take, so bear with me. I won't make any edits and any mistakes. I'll just reset like that. So bear with me on that. What else? You can see all the inputs at the bottom, so you'll see the timing for those as well. Alright. As I said, I won't be showing any wall combos this time, so no wall combos, but I might show some tech traps here and there that are pretty useful, but I won't go in depth too much on tech traps either. And she has a lot of different variations to her combos, so I'll just be showing the ones that I think are most important depending on what you want to end with. Alright, so let's get started. First one is counter hit while rising A. So set them to counter hit. Your first option that I put right here. That'll give you the most damage consistently. As you see, that's pretty high damage, and it'll give you some range there. If you're not looking for range, you can go close-up ground pressure with the 1K combo there. You also have the option to force stand them, which I think is good in case you're trying to ring them out. And that's wall rising A. Next up on the move list, there's counter hit back turn to a B, which is a move I'm glad they brought back because it's pretty cool. It has high scaling though, so you won't get much damage off of this. The best options I've found are right here. If you want to enter that Serpent's Embrace stance, it also gives you the most damage consistently. And there's going to be some combos that might give higher damage but aren't as consistent, so I just left them out because they depend on angle, character. Yeah, there's just too many variations there. Another option for that back turn to AB is wrong move. Right here. You want some ground pressure and keep them close by right there. Next up is the standard no counter hits needed 3B. Not many options she has there. That's your option for ground pressure. Here's your option for forward ring out. That gives you a little more range if you're trying to ring them out off that. But that's all I can find with that. At least that's the most she'll get without soul charge, but I'll get to that later. Next up on the move list is 1B hold. Not much you can get off this. Highest damage is there. You also have the option to dash forward if you want to get them in Serpent's Embrace. And you'll see that I have him teching right, because that is the tech that will most often avoid her Serpent's Embrace. If it's not a true combo, they can tech right. So if you see I delay, they can tech it. But it is a true combo if you time it right. Next up, not much off this one. And it's not much reason to use it up super close, but if you do, you can get right here into Serpent's Embrace. Or if it's at range, you can get a 1A. And the reason I only say 1 is because it's not a It's not a natural combo if they tech up. If they stay on the ground, it'll hit them as well. They might be able to back tech out of that, but you'll be safe with the 1A. Alright, counter hit, full crouch 3B. So let's go back to counter hit. So this is just if you're doing it and you don't hold. So your main option right there is wall raising B plus K. That's about the only thing I can get. You might be able to get that at most ranges, but not at tip range. Oh, I guess you can. So I guess I would recommend that. No, doesn't work close up. Alright. So that works at range. Might be character specific too, so that's why I didn't include that. But yeah, so your most consistent combo off of that will be right there. And if you kind of move with their Ukimi, you'll get both the hits. Next up, alright, so this is... If you do decide to hold it, you can launch them. Alright, but it's very specific timing. You'll see if I wait too long, they hit the ground. If I do it too fast, they don't get launched. So I'll be doing combos at any range for this move. The biggest one is right there. And you can try to follow up with that, but it's not going to work most of the time. If they don't tech, it should catch them, but if they do, it'll probably miss. So you can also try to wait for ground damage, but it's pretty risky because it might whiff. Another one, if you're looking for ground pressure, your option right there, pretty basic. If you're looking for Serpent's Embrace, you can dash forward and then do it after the ground damage. If you're looking for a forward ring out, that won't work. You actually have to catch them while they're still in the air to get the ring out. So it's difficult timing on that as well. See if I can even get it. Yeah, there we go. And that's also the best for distance and damage as well, right there. If you're close range, this is a pretty inconsistent combo, but I've included it just for the high damage it'll give you. So right here, launch, and you see it, it'll mess up, even at close range. But if you're at kind of an angle, you might be able to get it right there. 1A is guaranteed after that. So I just include that for some extra damage if it's consistent enough, but as you can see, it's pretty inconsistent. Next up, counter hit 1K, pretty basic. You have that for your ground pressure. You have that, nope. Do you? You should. Yeah, you can get that for damage and range. It just has to be pretty quick on that. Alright, next up, let's see. No need for counter hit on this one, so I'll take that off. Full crouch 1B, and this one is requires a little bit of difficulty just because of the turnaround where you have to hold G. As you can see the input on the bottom, I hold G, turn around before I do my move. If I don't, I'll get something like that, which doesn't help. However, your easiest option if you don't have the turn down is just right there. And that's also going to be your best option for ground pressure. Ground pressure, aka Oki, but however you want to say it. Alright, so consistent damage right here. might be character specific. The Serpent's Embrace entrance will whiff sometimes if they Ukimi to the right. Let's see if I can get it to where they will dodge it. It depends on how they land. So if they land with their feet towards you, I think it's guaranteed. If not, oh, I'm getting it pretty good. Which was not happening earlier. So if they land like that, then they can tech out. So you can end it with just the slice through, or you can go for this if you want. Other options, you can get your distance here. This one has good tech options, as you can tell. So if you ever end with that, you have a lot of options to trap their tech or hit them while they're on the ground. Lots of things you can do, which is why I like to include that, and I like to choose that sometimes for that reason. You have an option to try to ring out forward. If you do this, gives you a little more forward ring out range. If you want to ring out reverse, it's tight timing. But there you go, you can do that. And remember, with that, you can only ring out if you catch them in the air. See how they do that afterwards? If you don't, they stay on the ground. So it's good to know. And if they do stay on the ground, the follow-up hold isn't guaranteed, but the not hold version is guaranteed. Alright, another thing I wanted to include, just because it's pretty fancy, and it has the highest damage, right here, is guaranteed because of the bound, from certain heights only, not if they're too close to the ground. So, too close to the ground, it won't combo. If they're high enough, it will. It's pretty high damage. But as you can see, I think if you can get that full combo, it's pretty good too. But as you can see, they can tech that at certain angles. Alright, let's move on to the next one. That has a lot of options, as you can tell. So, let's hit Wall Rising B. So if you don't hit confirm that, your only option is a standing K. AA might work too, but the K is the most consistent option. You won't even get a 2K off this anymore. It doesn't combo. However, if you do hit confirm, you have a few options. This one might be character specific, but it's my favorite. Gets you damage and gets you into the Serpent's Embrace. Otherwise, you can do... I think this is character specific too, for ground pressure. If they don't get hit by the 4A, just do that. Alright? Another option might also be character specific, is the ring out. Right there. Lots of ring out range on that. Alright, moving on. This will give you all the same options. Alright? However, if you don't hit confirm, you have a few different options to follow up with that stun there. You can Serpent's Embrace. You can get some damage there. Or you can go for your ground pressure. One thing I want to mention with the stomp, if they land front turned, they can actually interrupt your launcher with a 2A. So, let's see if I can prove that. We'll see. Maybe not. Well, it might be the... might just be... Let's try recording because I don't always trust that. I don't always trust the computer to do the quickest inputs. So let's see the advantage on the stomp. Yeah, as you can see, they can interrupt your launcher if you stomp while they're front turned. However, if they're back turned, you get a few extra frames because they have to turn around and that launch will catch them. And then you can also, you know, mix that up with your throw. But, you know, if they're crouching, it's gonna miss. But that's a good mix up. It's better if they're back turned, so I recommend going for the stomp if their feet are towards you. If their feet are towards you and facing down, or if their head is towards you facing up, that means they're back turned. So that's jump B. Moving on, we got this one. So let me move them back to normal, right here. We're going with the counter hit this time. Counter hit 6KB. Risky because they can duck the second attack there on guard. Your options here, pretty standard. They're just like jump B. Same options. Serpent's Embrace. Some damage and range there. You also have your ground pressure, however they're facing forward. This one I wanted to include because it only combos if they don't tech right. They can also tech back, I think, and it'll slightly catch them. However, if they tech right, you have the option to do that for a lot of damage. That'll tech trap all directions there. And then Serpent's Embrace will hit them if they stay down or if they tech other directions. So, not a true combo, but you got like a 50-50 for guaranteed damage. Up next, I'll be showing lethal hits towards the end. So this is just a normal hit for her A+B. Same options pretty much. The Serpent's Embrace. You got your Serpent's Embrace, you got your... I guess that one doesn't catch tech. So you don't have that option here. However, you do have, of course, your stomp. So, best recommendation is right there. Alright, next move we have this. And if you want, you can just go back to that move. Same move, same launch, same options there. Cool? So you can always just rewind for that one. Standard grounded options for 1A+B. That. See, they're still front turned. Or... Nope. That. For some damage and some range. I think maybe you can step. That shouldn't be counter hit. Oh, I guess it does counter hit. But you can step and try to catch them back turned with that stomp. You'll get some extra mix up because they'll have to stand up back turned, which adds a few frames of advantage to you. Anyway, next move you have this. Kind of tricky, they kind of have to be advancing or point blank for it to catch them. As you can see, it can reverse ring out. Not many combo options, that's your main option there. If you want a little more ring out range, you can hold that B. It gives a slight bit of ring out range. we're on the simultaneous presses now. So B plus Ks. Next one is that's your consistent, you know, standard ground spike combo. This is just for the 2B plus K. So 3B plus K will have different options, but 2B plus K, you can also dash into Serpent's Embrace at certain ranges. As you can see, it's not very consistent though. You can also dash into your 1K, not great because they're front turned. And if you're really far, if you want some distance, after that move you can try that. They'll give you a little more distance there. And then when I say distance, I mean if this is a character you want to zone against, or a player that's not great against zoning, you always want to push them out, get them with something like that. Alright. Next up, you got your 3B plus K. Your only option is that. Pretty much all you want to do is a 9B plus K. So that one's pretty simple. The next one is pretty simple too. The only thing you're going to get really consistently is the Ivy Lick. At certain close ranges you can get that for pretty good damage, but they're pretty far away for you to do anything. And as you can see, if a few hits whiff, it's as much damage as that or less. However, if you're a little closer up, or at certain ranges, you might be able to get the full move, maybe against certain characters. Also, that's gonna whiff, yep. Alright, so that one is not as great as this one. You have a lot of options off that, because as you can see, it brings them right towards you. So that's your 9B plus K instead of 8B plus K. So your options, my favorite one is right here, and the Serpent's Embrace will be guaranteed after that. And as you can see, they start up pretty close to you. If they back tech, I would recommend trying to get this one lower to the ground, because the lower to the ground they are when you do that, the closer they land to you. So that gives you better options for pressure. So they're high up on that one. But if I can get him low, a little bit closer. Other options. If you want to reverse ring out B plus K, right there, tons of reverse ring out range. So even if they're across the stage, you can get your reverse ring out off of that 9B plus K, which is never going to be expected. Alright, one more option, just a consistent Ivy Lick. Alright, keeps them close to you. Not all characters you want to keep close though, so be careful with that. I guess you also have the option to do that, so I'll include it there because you get some good tech options after that. Alright, next up, back turn B plus K. Yep. Alright, so back turned B plus K. Very difficult to follow up with the Serpent's Embrace option, but it's possible. You just have to hit that G to turn around. You also have the option to turn around, stomp, but they're going to be front turned. Another option, consistent, easy, just do it twice. Alright, 2-2-BA. The only thing you can get consistently is the 2K, which is not bad damage. Because they can ukemi pretty much anything else. Most of the time, not all the time. Alright. Next up, A8B holds. So as you can tell, that won't combo with anything anymore. They just stay standing. But you can hit confirm that really easy. But if you do the hold, you have a whole mess of options in Serpent's Embrace stance. So I'll go through 5 options. Most of them starting with that. My favorite one is right here. I like ending it in that Serpent's Embrace when they're nice and close. As you can see, he can't even tech after that option, so it'll keep them really close. If they get that bound, they can't tech. They're stuck right there. Other options. If you want something... Yes. If you want some distance, you can't hold it. That's a good option. You also can do this, but it's a lot less damage. But you know, you get your good follow-ups. I guess it's not a lot less damage, so 2 options for your distance there. If you want to keep them close, do that. Might be character specific, so another cool option. This is for your best damage. You can get the bound there and follow up with your just frames. If I can get it. One more try. Oh, I lied. But yeah, that'll give you some good damage there. If you want to ring out off of that, your best option is not that. It's actually gonna be this. That'll give you some better ring out range than anything else. Forward, because she steps forward, hits him forward, or even to the side, there. I'll give it one more try. Too much pressure on me. There we go. 82 damage for that option. So yeah, a lot of options off that. Not extremely high damage, but it's pretty good. Next up is 3-3K, so a lot like Jump A. In fact, it's the same options as Jump A. The tech trap there, if they stay down, you can get that. So remember, Jump K had the same options. And that's 3-3K. Moving on to 2-2. Oh, so we're in the 8-way run options of the move list now. So you'll see some horizontals and verticals. They're in a separate part of the move list. So 2-2K. If you want some range, right there. If you want Serpent's Embrace, right there, keeps them close. You also have the option, which is pretty good, to recover crouch cancel. So if you don't know what that is, you have to push forward or up to stand and then do your 1K, because it leaves her in full crouch. So the timing is tight, but it gets them back turned. So it's a pretty good option there. Keeps them close too. Up next you have 6-6B plus K. Not many options here unless you're soul charged, but I'll leave it just for that, with that for now. It's decent damage, but it's a pretty risky move. You also have another risky move, kind of a just frame on the timing here, but it is a natural combo if you get it right. So as you can see, if I wait too long, it's not gonna combo. Didn't combo there. But if I time it right, it'll combo and launch. If I do it too fast, nothing. So off that, you'll get your same options as that. So rewind, watch those options for the counter hit, full crouch, 3B. Same options for that move. Cool. Oh, one thing I do want to mention about this move. Yeah, I'll do that now. If you break their guard with this move, you get the unblockable guaranteed. So I'll show you that right here. Guard crush at 94 maybe? Yes, it'll break, you'll get that guaranteed. And you can follow up with the same options as that. So rewind and watch those options. Next up we have Run K. Your options. That's a good one because they're back turned. Another good one. If you want to get some distance, you can do that. That's pretty good damage there too. Alright, next up we have some stance moves. Let me get him out of guard. This one, everything the same as the Run K that I just showed. But you'll have to recover, crouch, cancel if you want to try to stomp them. So the stomp might only work at certain ranges or certain angles. So yeah, your best options will be right here. That's a good one too, tech traps. If it doesn't tech trap, you want to just do the normal, that one. But as you can see, your most consistent option after that, no lethal hit, is going to be Serpent's Embrace. Alright, next move, Serpent's Embrace 6K. Same as your Run K. Except you can add that on. You can get your Stomp. You can get 214B. Alright. Serpent's Embrace K. I think that's a counter hit. Yeah, so the Serpent's Embrace K will combo on counter hit. So let's put that on. You'll get, so if you don't hold it, you won't get much damage. There, you'll see it gives them that bound. You won't be able to combo, but it'll keep them from teching out of your follow-up. And another good one. I'm not going to be consistent. In fact, I don't think you can get it at all. That one. Yeah. So, safest bet is gonna be Ivy Lick. Alright. However, if you do hold it, you get a lot better options. So if you hold it and stay in stance, you have a lot of options after that. Right there is a good one. You also have your Ivy Lick option. If you can. Now with that, you have to kind of step forward, wait, and then do it. That's another option. That's a good option right there. If you're going for a forward ring out, I think it's best to do that. In fact, yes, it's better than the bow and arrow is to go hit there, because she'll step forward and you won't get that weird thing where it pushes him back in the ring. He'll just kind of flail out. You also have the option to side ring out. So go with that one for ring out. Alright, we're already in lethal hits. So let's go with that. A lot of the lethal hits are kind of janky, but I'll show the combos for them anyway. First one is AA. Right there. Don't need a counter hit, just need the second one to connect. If they're not expecting the follow-up, they might get hit by that. However, they can always duck that high and, you know, stab punish. Good options for that are gonna be, doesn't work at tip range, however it works here, and you'll see you can get the Serpent's Embrace K to launch after that. And now for all your options for Serpent's Embrace K, they're gonna be the same as what I just showed you. So off the counter hit K, you'll get the same options off of the combo into that. So rewind if you want to see those options to finish that. So that's one option there, but you can also do tip range. So if this is gonna whiff, your best bet is to dash. Actually, you don't have to dash. Just do that. As you can see, it won't launch, but that's good damage, good distance. It's not gonna ring out forward though. So if you want to ring out forward, you have to do that. Right there. You have to be close enough though. Next up is your lethal hit 3B. This only lethal hits on back turned opponents. So if you're stepping a move on their back, go with that. Which is really good against Volgo because he's pretty much always back turned. And you'll always get that lethal hit. So you got a lot of options here. Some new ones. My favorite one is right there. 90 damage off that lethal hit. Pretty good. You're in Serpent's Embrace, you're close. Other options. If you want some ground pressure, right there. Not as much damage. Oh wait. However, you can do this. There you go. As much damage, their back turn, that's a good option. Alright. If you want a forward ring out, here's an option. Very good ring out range there. If you want a reverse ring out, you also have an option. Dash into this is going to be a hard one. Dash, launch, if I can get it. Catch him in the air. Very good reverse ring out range. So you have lots of options off that. You might even be able to get some angular ring outs if you step and keep it close. Maybe not. Yeah, your best bet is just a reverse ring out. Alright, lethal hit 3K hold. This only works on male opponents for certain reasons. You might be able to guess. You got a lot of options off this. They're not easy though. Your best one, and probably most difficult, is instant full crouch, 3BB hold just frame. Right there. And when I say just frame, it's not a true just frame, but it kind of works like one because your timing is really tight. Alright, so you have that option, and it's going to be the same combos, alright? Same combos as what I showed during the start of the video for that move. So you can rewind to that if you want to see those options. Another option for the reverse ring out, instant full crouch 1B, get the reverse ring out there. If you're going for forward ring out, you also have an option right here. You get that Serpent's Embrace ring out. If you want something easy and simple, just launch into Ivy Lick. Not great damage, but if you're not expecting it, it's a good place to start. A lot of these are going to be more advanced combos, so build up to them if you don't have them down. Alright, next up is the lethal hit on that move, A plus B. This is going to lethal hit against guard impacts or reversal edge. Right there. Now you're going to get the same options as your lethal hit 3K. So what I just showed you, same options apply. Different timing maybe. But yeah, you get the picture. Next up is your lethal hit B plus K. So this one can also lethal hit. Lethal hits against whiffing opponents. So let's make them whiff. There's your lethal hit. Same options as your 3K hold, except they might be a little inconsistent because of the angle here. And because you have to turn around. So you have to hold that G to turn around, but you can still get pretty much most of the same options. As you can see, that full crouch 3B is a difficult one. You have to hold it long enough to launch, but not too long that they get stuck on the ground. You also have that kind of angular ring out there. Good ring out range there. Oh, but your easiest option. Those are always good too. Right there, and you can go see the combos for that move if you want a reminder on the follow-ups there. Ah, I can't get that launch. There we go. Alright, so next lethal hit. This one works against crouching opponents. It's your 2B plus K lethal hit. You have your easy option, which is always good. Ivy Lick, they're close, 71 damage is a good option. In fact, I kind of recommend that one. However, if you want to be tricky, you can also get that right there. A little more damage, some range. Another good option, easy, and you get a lot of distance from your opponent right there. Alright, just dash into that. Kind of have to dash in a little closer. Next up, so that was 2B plus K. Now we're going for 3B plus K. Different options off this move. This one. Now, I showed your 9B plus K earlier. Same options off that there. You can even get your reverse ring out. Cool. However, you also have another option. If you're close enough to your opponent, you can get a forward ring out off this lethal hit. But, you know, you have to be really close. But you'll get that long range full forward ring out. As you know, they can't break that throw, so it's a true combo. Only at the closest range. But it's worth a try if they're near the edge. What else? Lethal hit, full crouch 3B. That one. So that lethal hits against counter hits if they're backstepping. So run counter backwards, you'll get that lethal hit. So I'll start with the options if you don't do the hold. If you don't do the hold, that's an option. Anything off of your 1K will work. If you can recover crouch cancel in time. So recover crouch cancel. Any of your options off that 1K combo are gonna work there. You also have some easier options. That or that. Alright, moving on. So if you do hold it down, you get all your same options as the normal full crouch counter hit 3B just frame B. However, that's not gonna work at the farthest range. At the farthest range, you just want to let it go. Alright, so the lethal hit will give them enough stun time to guarantee you're unblockable. So if you're at tip range, just let it go. And that's going to be your easiest option as well. Just let it go. Do the Elsa. Alright, next up, you have your lethal hit, 6-6A hold. This is only going to lethal hit on the second attack against a counter hit. Alright, it can even counter... I think it can even counter attacks, yeah. So any counter hit on the second hit is going to give you that. Options, everything is going to be off your 9B plus K, alright? Unfortunately, they're always going to be too far to get the forward ring out. I've tried it a lot already. Maybe if it hits them back turned, you might be able to get a forward ring out. Nope, pushes them even farther. So yeah, your 9B plus K, any options from that are going to be the same during that combo. Next lethal hit is your 8-8A or 2-2A. That only lethal hits against whiffed attacks. Now it's not going to lethal hit there because they're not finished whiffing, so you have to wait until they're done whiffing to let that go. So it's during the recovery frames of their whiff, but not during their active frames. That is going to give you all the same options as your lethal hit 3K. So you can full crouch 3BB. You can also instant full crouch 1B for the reverse ring out. And wasn't there a forward one? I think. Yeah, you can get the forward ring out there. If you enter Serpent's Embrace, do the K, step, hit. Alright. Next up, lethal hit 4-4B. Now this is a tricky lethal hit. Doesn't look like there's any... Okay, so first, this lethal hits against high attacks. As you can see, it's a tech step. So you'd think it would lethal hit against vertical attacks, but it's not that good anymore. However, it is going to lethal hit against... And I had to do this. It is going to lethal hit against high attacks. So let me choose his singular high attack. So I can show you. No, I don't think that was it. So that's his singular high attack. You do have some tech crouch frames at the start of this move, like maybe 3. So right there, it tech crouched under and it got him on that high. You also have the option to just be far enough away that it works without tech crouching. But just to prove that there are tech crouch frames, if I get him really close, it'll tech crouch. See? So that'll lethal hit against whiffed highs. It can also tech crouch the high and still get the lethal hit, only at the very start of the move. Your options against this are the same as that. Alright? So if they're close enough, you can get that. If not, you might have to modify a little bit. Do something like that. So that's that move. Lethal hit, Serpent's Embrace 4B is going to be the same as that, except a few differences. So let me show you that. You're going to lethal hit this against guard impacts and reversal edge. Ah. Can't get into Serpent's Embrace if he guard impacts. So, there... Oh, what happened? This is going to be very similar to that. Few differences though, because this leaves you in full crouch and a little bit of distance. So if you want to see the options, you can see the differences from those options. But let me show you. So the move ends in full crouch, so that's going to be pretty easy to at least connect the first hit. Alright, so that's a good option off that. I would highly recommend that option, the full crouch 3B. Otherwise, your reverse ring out is going to be different because of the range there. So it hits them too far away to launch that way. However, you do have enough time to do that since you're in full crouch. You can get the B hold with enough time. So that's the difference between that and that, where you have to do the no hold launch. That launch. Alright, so that's the only difference between those two options. Next up, alright, we're in Reversal Edge. So there are a few lethal hits in Reversal Edge, but only one of them combos. Only one of them has a non-set combo that you can kind of choose other options from. So let me try to explain. His Reversal Edge setting is going to be A. So you got your lethal hit A. And you have many options after that. But your other options, your lethal hit B, your only option is just to mash B. It's actually 8 hits, if I recall. Yes. So 8 Bs, so just mash the Bs. That's going to be your combo there. It's already in the move list. I've checked and I don't think you can get anything better, even if they guard. Let me double check there. Yeah, I'll probably try to upload this to YouTube. It's gonna be on my Twitch, and then I'll just figure out how to get it on YouTube. I'm not great with streaming yet and uploading, but I'll figure it out. So it'll be up there. So yeah, if you break their guard there, you do have a few options. So let's see if there's anything better. So you can break their guard and just continue with the Bs. You'll get range and 44 damage. However, if you break their guard and don't continue, I should have practiced this one before. I had no idea. Yeah, you can get a whole bunch of stuff. So I think your best one, if you can, would be right there. Yep, that's a good option. But that's only gonna work if they guard. If they do the A option, you have to continue with the Bs. So your best bet might just be to continue mashing B for that option. Another one that I don't think you should worry about. Well, you can't. Lethal hit, reversal edge K. Automatic combo, really cool. Probably not much advantage after that though. So the biggest one where you have to worry about options after is going to be your reversal edge A. So let me show you level 1 reversal edge A options. You have 2 options with this move. You can hit A and let it go, not do the hold, or you can hold A and enter Serpent's Embrace. So 2 options, gonna be 2 sets of combos. I'll show the one where you don't hold A. So if you don't hold A, you just let it go. You can go into Serpent's Embrace there, get that ground damage. That's about all you can do. If you do hold A, you get your Serpent's Embrace K combos, and you can rewind, check out those combos for a reminder. So essentially you can get your forward ring out off the K, right there. Another one is the Lethal Hit Reversal Edge A. So on level 2 of the Reversal Edge, you can get that A. And this is going to be where letting it go and not entering the stance is going to be your better options. Because if you enter the stance, you have to go immediately into your Reversal Edge, or your Serpent's Embrace K options, which is not going to give you max damage. Max damage is going to be Reversal Edge A, and then back into Serpent's Embrace there for the extra damage. So you want to not do the hold there, and then 6BA back into Serpent's Embrace. You get more ring out range, more damage, you get all the options out the Serpent's Embrace K. However, if you do hold it, on the lethal hit, only on the lethal hit, if you want to be really cool, hold it, 6AA, decent damage right there. But I think your best damage is going to be letting it go, 6BA, launch, and same damage, but I like this option better. You also have the access to ring outs, if you let it go, better ring outs. Alright, what else? That was all of Reversal Edge. Let's move to Soul Charge. Now, I'll start with Soul Charge combos. They're going to be specific to the moves in Soul Charge that aren't already combos in themselves. So as you can see, this move is going to combo on its own, nothing you can add to it. So I'll focus on the ones you can add something to it. The first one is this, gotta take him off that. First one is Serpent's Embrace AAA, which is a natural combo. However, you can also do this for a natural counter combo. Same options off either move, so I'll just do the one that's a natural combo. 4 options. I'll start with the easiest, ground damage, 3B plus K. Wait for the ground damage just for the extra few points. However, if you want something a little more difficult but better positioning, you can dash into 1K. Not great because they're front turned, so they have the a little more frame advantage there. I think you actually have frame advantage, but it's not going to beat out their 2A. So you can run and stomp. You can also run and enter Serpent's Embrace, or you can run and get this. That move, I think, is gonna work if they're near the ring edge for a ring out. So if that doesn't ring out, try 8B plus. Oh, so it can ring out. If it doesn't, try that near the ring edge. It might be able to catch him in the air, but mid-screen it's not gonna catch him in the air. So let's see. Nah. It'll be tricky to angle, but yeah, try it for the ring out. Moving on. Soul Charge 88A plus BA, so you might have seen this used in tournaments because it's hard to step out of at close range. It might even be impossible. If you get it, you actually have a guaranteed follow-up to that. So that's going to be right here. This one should hit right there. So that's guaranteed. 90 damage off one hit is pretty good, especially when you got the chip damage. Alright, so that's it for your Soul Charge starters. However, in Soul Charge, you have a combo extender. Your 66KK can extend combos, and I'm just going to show a few because I don't want to get all mixed up in every little option you have with that, but basically you can use it to get a little more damage in your combos. So the most important one I want to show is your 3B, because 3B, this is all you get with no Soul Charge. However, if you're in Soul Charge, 40 damage becomes, you know, as much as 65 or I think it's like 83, if I can do it. Almost. One more try. 80 damage, yeah. So that's good damage off 3B compared to, you know, 46, which is 49 in Soul Charge. But you have other options if you can't get that just frame down. As you can see, it's hard for me. You can do that. 63 damage, you're in Serpent's Embrace. Another option, if you prefer ground pressure out of stance, you can stomp. You have to dash into the stomp. Right there. So that's the most important combo extender during Soul Charge, is off the launcher. But yeah, a few other options to extend combos just to show you what I'm talking about. Right there. As you can see, they have a little bit of freedom with the air control, but most of the time you're gonna get that 66KK. And you can always enter Serpent's Embrace there if you don't want to try the just frames. So that's one option, the full crouch 1B to launch them over. You also have right there tons of damage. Look at that, 133. Then your final one, because this one you only get the Ivy Lick to follow up most times. However, if you're in Soul Charge, you can get all of that. 105. And I think that's pretty much all I have. As I mentioned, no wall combos yet, because as you can see, there's so many variations to her combos. When you add the wall, it just gets more variations. But yeah, thank you for watching. I'll see if I can post all of the inputs in the video description. Feel free to add me on PSN if you have any questions. Same Kinetic Clash on Discord as well. Thank you.